Ever had one of those days where it feels like everything is against you? You're not alone. Discouragement is a universal human experience, a feeling that can sneak up on us and cast a shadow over even the brightest of days. But what if I told you that it's possible to keep your motivation burning bright, even when faced with the most formidable adversities? Think of motivation as your inner flame, a beacon that guides you towards your goals and dreams. It's the fuel that powers your journey, the spark that ignites your ambition. But like any fire, it can dwindle and even extinguish when met with the harsh winds of discouragement. The key lies in understanding how to keep this flame alive, to stoke it, and to protect it from the storm. So how can we keep our spirits high when the going gets tough? Let's dive right in. Motivation isn't a constant. It ebbs and flows like the tide. Think of motivation as an ever-changing sea. Some days, you're riding high on the crest of a wave, fueled by enthusiasm and a clear sense of direction. Other days you might feel like you're drifting, caught in a calm stretch of water with no wind to fill your sails. And that's okay, it's all part of the natural rhythm of motivation. Motivation is influenced by various factors: your environment, your physical and mental health, your relationships, and even the weather. It's a dynamic and complex force that can inspire us to reach new heights or leave us feeling stuck in the mud. One way to understand motivation is by looking at it through the lens of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. It's that inner drive that pushes you to do something because you find it personally rewarding. Whether it's learning a new language, mastering a musical instrument, or simply reading a good book, you're motivated by the sheer joy and satisfaction the activity brings you. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, comes from outside sources. It's the push you get from external rewards or the fear of negative consequences. Say you're studying hard to ace an exam, not because you love the subject, but because you want to get into a good college or avoid disappointing your parents. That's extrinsic motivation at work. But here's the interesting part. Neither form of motivation is inherently better or worse than the other. They're just different, and they can both play a significant role in driving our actions. The key is to understand what motivates you and how to use it to your advantage. In the end, remember that motivation is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And even when it feels like it's waning, know that it's just taking a breather, gathering strength for the next surge forward. Understanding motivation is the first step to harnessing it, even in challenging times. Now that we understand motivation a little better, let's talk about how to keep it alive. The first key to maintaining motivation is setting realistic goals. This is crucial because unrealistic goals can lead to disappointment and a loss of motivation. So when you're setting your goals, take a moment to assess what is achievable. Ask yourself, can I realistically accomplish this in the time frame I've set? If the answer is no, adjust your goal or your time frame. It's not about lowering your standards, it's about setting yourself up for success. Next, celebrate your small victories. Often we get so focused on the big picture that we overlook the little wins along the way. These small victories are the stepping stones to your larger goal, and they deserve recognition. So, go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back when you make progress, no matter how small. This will help keep your motivation levels high and provide a much-needed boost when things get tough. Another tip is to maintain a positive mindset. This can be easier said than done, especially when you're facing challenges. But remember, your mindset plays a significant role in your motivation levels. Try to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. Practice gratitude, focus on your strengths, and remind yourself of your past successes. These techniques can help shift your perspective and keep your motivation alive. Moreover, surround yourself with positivity. This could be positive people who inspire and encourage you, or positive environments that stimulate your creativity and drive. Keep in mind that negativity can drain your motivation, so do your best to limit your exposure to it. It's also beneficial to break your goals into smaller tasks. It can be overwhelming to look at a big goal in its entirety, but breaking it down makes it more manageable. Plus, completing these smaller tasks gives you more opportunities to celebrate those small victories we talked about earlier. Another practical tip is to keep learning. Expanding your knowledge and skills can boost your confidence and motivation, so never stop learning. Take courses, read books, attend workshops, or find a mentor. There are countless ways to continue your education and growth. Finally, remember to take care of your physical health. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep can all contribute to higher motivation levels. When your body feels good, your mind is more likely to follow suit. Above all, be patient with yourself. Progress may be slow at times, but that doesn't mean you're not moving forward. Don't be too hard on yourself if you experience setbacks. Instead, use them as learning opportunities and push ahead. Remember, it's all about taking it one step at a time. The journey to achieving your goals is just that, a journey. It's not about how quickly you reach your destination, but the growth, experiences, and lessons you gain along the way. So keep going, stay motivated, and enjoy the journey. Discouragement is a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to bring you down. It's a universal truth we've all experienced, and yet, it's a feeling that can often make us feel isolated and defeated. But here's the thing. We can learn to deal with discouragement in ways that lift us up, instead of pulling us down. Firstly, let's talk about reframing negative thoughts. It's easier said than done, right? When you're feeling discouraged, it's all too easy to get caught up in a negative thought spiral. But what if we told you that you can change that pattern? Instead of thinking, "I've failed," try reframing it to, "I've learned something new today." Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Next, let's discuss practicing self-compassion. This is a crucial step in dealing with discouragement. When you're feeling down, it's easy to be hard on yourself, but it's important to remember that it's okay to make mistakes. They're a part of life and they're how we grow. So the next time you're feeling discouraged, take a moment to be kind to yourself. Recognize your feelings, understand they're part of the human experience, and give yourself the same kindness you'd give to a friend. Finally, let's not forget the power of seeking support from others. It's easy to feel like you're alone when you're discouraged, but remember, there's a whole world of people out there who've been where you are and want to help. Don't be afraid to reach out to friends, family, or even professional help if you need it. Sometimes, just talking about what you're going through can make a world of difference. So remember, when discouragement comes knocking, don't let it bring you down. Reframe those negative thoughts, practice self-compassion, and don't hesitate to seek support. You're stronger than you think, and you have the tools to turn that discouragement into motivation. Dealing with discouragement effectively can actually fuel your motivation. So let's keep going, let's keep growing, and let's turn those setbacks into comebacks. Because you, my friend, are capable of amazing things. At the end of the day, staying motivated when you're feeling discouraged is all about perseverance. It's about that relentless determination to keep going, to keep pushing, no matter how challenging the road ahead may seem. Think of it like this. When you're climbing a mountain, the peak might seem impossibly far away. But with every step you take, you're getting closer. It's the same with our goals and dreams. Each day, each moment of struggle, brings us a step closer to where we want to be. Consider the words of Thomas Edison, who once said, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time." It's a powerful reminder that perseverance, above all else, is the key to overcoming discouragement. And so, as the journey continues, let's keep these words in mind. Remember, the only way out is through. So there you have it, your guide to staying motivated when you're feeling discouraged. We've journeyed together through understanding the nature of motivation, learning practical ways to keep our spirits high, and tackling discouragement head-on. We've also discovered the incredible power of perseverance. Remember, motivation isn't just about a fleeting feeling of inspiration, but rather a sustained drive to achieve your goals. When discouragement creeps in, don't let it consume you. Instead, use it as a stepping stone towards resilience and personal growth. Remember the practical tips we've discussed: setting clear goals, celebrating small victories, and maintaining a positive mindset. Most importantly, never forget the power of perseverance. With a dash of persistence, a sprinkle of determination, and a whole lot of heart, you can overcome any obstacle that life throws your way. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Stay motivated and remember, you've got this.